You cannot say it's nothing there. If he raised, that speaks to the talent level. If he raised his batting average 110 points in a couple weeks, that speaks to the level of hitter he is and the level of hitter he can be. All baseball players are streaky. Okay, it's very rare you're going to come across your Tony Gwynns, your Wade Boggs, like those type of hitters that are going to be 340 every year, especially in this era of home run baseball. So to say that, it's a non sequitur, it's not a really big deal that he's hitting 240, but you just made it a big deal by mentioning he was hitting 130 a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to need you to be consistent and not be consistently inconsistent.
Well, I wish I could say that was the case, but I mean, listen, I'm not as consistent.
These are
as you
your
myself.
words, though. These are your words.
And here's where you're wrong, and I love to see it because it's just so annoying, is that if you go 130, you start the season 1 for 13 and get hurt, listen, you're only going to go up from there once you come back. We're not looking at a guy who went 1 for 30 like Lindor for the entire month of April. He's been streaky, but even when he's streaky, he's still not up to the standard that even I said he would be at, and I said he would be down. And looking at the comments right now, Manny, Judge has been better than Tatis for the entirety of the season.
Hold on, Deck, because you're not making sense, and I need you to make sense. You said...
Was that supposed to be funny?
No, it wasn't. No, I'm being so serious right now. You're legitimately not making sense.
Let's go. He hasn't even played 600 games yet, so let's continue.
What is the relevance of that?
Everything is relevant about that. What's the relevance of the injury that you guys said he wasn't going to get? Oh, wait, that's right. He got it. So
let me get my question out.
Yeah, get your question out.
Because you were the same person that said, Francisco Lindor is slumping, but you have faith in him that he'll turn it around.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis, as you stated, jumped his batting average in a couple weeks by 110 points, but you are still saying you don't see him turning it around. Now, career average wise, Fernando Tatis has a higher career average than Francisco Lindor, albeit it's in less at bats. But
that's actually a completely irrelevant, insignificant metric. But
Fernando Tatis's career, when he had the most at bats in a particular season, he hit over 300, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what you're telling me is you don't think he's capable of getting back to that, but you think Francisco Lindor, who went on a worse slump to start the season, is somehow fine and just and turn it around. But you don't think Fernando Tatis can turn it around. Make sense.
I didn't say Lindor would hit 300. I didn't pick him to win MVP like you did. I mean,
that has nothing to do with it. You are not responding directly to the question.
What is the question you would like me to answer right now?
Why is it that you can say Francisco Lindor can turn it around, who has showed in his career he has not quite hit for the average that Tatis can, but you don't think Tatis can do it? Why?
Because Lindor is a more seasoned hitter. He's done it longer and he's done it for better. What do you mean? Like just because
I just told you he hasn't done it for better.
He is absolutely a better hitter than Tatis. Are you kidding me?
Did you hear what I said?
For 6 years.
I said for average.
He's talking about
for average.
I said specifically.
When have
for
I ever?
average.
But see, when did I mention Lindor was going to hit 300? Him turning around in different ways.
This is not about 300 as a benchmark. This is about the comparison between the two players, and I need you to stop deflecting.
It's not deflecting, first of all. I'm saying that
Steph, you want to jump in here?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to
jump in. I'm going to finish my point because, frankly, it's ridiculous.
Declan.
I'm saying this. Tatis, I said he's just going to have a couple more down games this week, and that's going to bring his batting average down. First of all, that is completely on. Did I not say at the end of the week he was going to hit 218?
But the problem is, how can you say that if he
because it's happened every game of every year.
No,
it's happened every week with him.
If he just went
down 20 points every week,
you're basing this off of a small sample size, which is foolish to make a point. You're talking about how he has
foolish is that you think he's not going to get injured.
No.
After a small sample size,
that's based on nothing. Like you're talking about a point that means nothing in this conversation. It means nothing in this conversation. His injury hasn't been a part of how he's played so far. After coming back,
so then he
hasn't shown a problem. What are you talking about?
He's been terrible.
He struggles.
He's been horrible.
Have you played baseball before? Have you always been good at playing baseball? Because everyone has their struggles. It's called a rough patch. So to say that, it's not about it being a problem. The whole point, you're talking about your old point, which I don't care about anymore. I'm talking about what you just said, which is that at the end of the week, he's going to be hitting 218, which doesn't make any sense. Just because he's had a little back and forth where he's had a game where he had 2 hits and he had 1 hit, then he went hit list for 2 games and he had a few more hits. That doesn't mean that he can't go on a streak. To say that, to use that logic would mean that any player that you deem isn't showing what they have this year can't go on a streak.